When you see this symbol, you know you're watching television that's educational and informational. The More You Know on NBC.
Hi everyone, I'm Dreyer. Get ready to discover the secrets of survival in the wild. On today's episode, these massive mammals always know the way to stay cool in the heat of the Serengeti. Then this sly fox takes an incredible leap of faith. And find out how this octopus really disappears into her role as a mother. Plus the little owl with a big story. This and so much more just ahead on Earth Odyssey. I am here with a very special guest, Dr. Raywyn Grant from Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Protecting the Wild on NBC. It's so great to see you.
It is really awesome to be here with you, Dylan.
So not only do you host a TV show about animals, you yourself are a wildlife ecologist.
It's true. My area of expertise is North American bears, so black bears, grizzly bears, that kind of thing. But I actually got inspired to do this work from watching nature shows like Wild Kingdom or even something like Earth Odyssey.
So great. Well, here we are in more or less a desert environment, which can really be a very harsh habitat for a lot of animals.
It is not for the weak of heart, but all of these animals have adapted to the climate, like desert tortoises, for example, that make burrows up to 10 feet underground where it is nice and cool. And when they leave those burrows, it provides shelter for other animals.
That is so cool. Well, we are going to actually introduce you to another animal that knows how to keep cool. We're going to travel to the African savanna to see how a family of elephants beats the heat.
I love elephants, and so this is going to be great.
From scorching deserts to the parched savanna, nature is full of fierce competitions, blistering battles, scarce resources, and hot tempers. Each inhospitable corner of the planet is a place where nature's warriors are packing heat. In the wild, life has its limits. And only a select few can share the spoils. The right to mate, fuel to survive, a place to call home. And no species showcases these survival skills like the world's largest land mammal, the African elephant. Native to southern and eastern Africa, they live in a hot, dry land where they face a constant battle to stay cool. Flapping their big ears helps cool their blood supply. Weighing anywhere from 4,000 to 14,000 pounds, getting rid of heat is a major issue for the elephant. Each animal needs to drink hundreds of gallons of water every day to stay hydrated. And the rewards of this watering hole have evaporated. The herd relies on the matriarch to guide them to another source of water. Mothers, aunts, sisters, and young ones follow her lead. She takes one of many well-traveled elephant highways. At this time of year, some paths will lead to dust bowls of disappointment. But the matriarch knows other routes to follow. For a young calf, a long trek for water is hard work. But their journey greatly benefits the world around them. Elephants aren't just large, they provide essential services to other living creatures on the savanna. African elephants are known as keystone species. That means they're vital to the ecosystems they inhabit. As they travel, they consume an enormous amount of food. They push over large trees, creating space and light for grass to grow. As they migrate across the plains, they disperse seeds as they go. And when they get thirsty, they dig holes to reach water, creating natural wells that other animals can use. But to cool off properly, elephants need a real mud bath. After trekking more than 60 miles, the herd finally arrives at an oasis. It's a water festival, and for the calves, a new delight. But there is never an ideal moment to relax in the Serengeti. A young elephant has wandered off from the herd, intent on exploring its new surroundings, finding a nice spot for a dust bath. But he's naive to so many threats. His family continues to bathe as he heads away from the waterhole in full view of a pride of lions. Luckily, one of the adults warns him just in time. And the youngster is able to rejoin the herd, safe for another day. Coming up, when it's dinner time, these natural-born hunters dive right in. Plus, with 500,000 eggs, this mother octopus has her arms full. And the enduring story of the owl and the olive tree, when Earth Odyssey returns.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Covering more than 2 million acres in the northwestern United States, Yellowstone is the oldest national park in the world. The region was formed in a massive volcanic eruption more than 500,000 years ago. The lava from that eruption created a giant 45-mile-wide caldera, a bowl-like depression in the ground. The volcanic, nutrient-rich soils form a vital feeding ground for a wide range of mammals, from herds of elk to families of bears and ground squirrels. But when winter arrives in Yellowstone, finding food in this frozen world becomes a challenge. A golden eagle scavenges what it can. And a red fox female, called a vixen, hunts alone. Her pups have left the den to find their own territory in the vast forest. But there is no easy game to be had here. The fox has to hunt for food under the snow. Although foxes will eat plants, she's on the prowl for a different kind of food today. When the northern hemisphere lies under a thick blanket of snow, small mammals inhabit a new world beneath. They survive in the subnivean zone, living under the snow. It's an open, shallow layer held up by vegetation and ice. Warmed by the ground, the zone under the snow is protected from the wind chill at a temperature hovering around freezing, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It's warmer under here than outside, but not entirely safe. Any movement makes a sound. And the vixen is listening, rotating each ear independently. She tries to determine an exact position for her prey, then takes a leap. Accuracy is hard in a blind snow dive. The success rate of a pounce is less than 20%, but this is a game of persistence. And there's more to it than meets the eye. Strangely, when foxes pounce in a northeasterly direction, they are much more successful, hitting their target in 3 out of 4 attempts. It's thought they can detect the Earth's magnetic field using a special protein in their eyes. They align the sound of animals under the snow to the slope of the magnetic field and estimate where their prey is hiding. This unique adaptation and those acrobatic snow dives provide a powerful edge in the battle against hunger here in Yellowstone. Coming up, this underwater creature can create the perfect disguise in a nanosecond. And which nocturnal raptor is working round the clock? Find out who when Earth Odyssey comes right back.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Like us, wild animals are famously picky about protecting their young. The warm waters of the Mediterranean Sea might seem like the perfect nursery for water babies, but even here, risks abound. One exquisitely loyal invertebrate mother refuses to leave the survival of her offspring to chance.
Just off the coast, among more than 200 species of coral, lies a breeding ground for perhaps the planet's most devoted parent. The common octopus. At about 32 inches long, she's 90% muscle. She's not only strong, she's considered to be among the most intelligent of all invertebrates. But that doesn't mean the common octopus isn't daring. Normally, this accomplished shape-shifting predator roams her territory on the hunt for crabs. But today, she's not straying far from her den. Dusky groupers are patrolling nearby. Octopus and squid make up the bulk of the fish's diet. When she's threatened by a predator, the quick-moving octopus can squirt ink and escape as a last resort. But right now, she can't leave. Hidden in her octopus's den are close to 500,000 eggs. Her sole duty is to protect her fragile offspring. Hiding is the mother octopus's only option. She has a vast network of pigment cells helping her match the rocks and coral. She can change her skin color and texture in less than a second to protect herself. It's the perfect disguise. But her parenting duties are far from over. Her young won't spawn for another 4 months. Constantly flushing water from her funnel, she keeps the eggs oxygenated. She won't leave the den or even eat until they hatch. This will be the one and only time the common octopus will reproduce. And her hatchling's survival is her final good deed. She'll pass away not long after her eggs hatch. Scientists are only just beginning to understand these solitary but always surprising creatures and their remarkable behaviors. Coming up, this small but mighty bird of prey seems to always be watching. Don't look away. Another incredible wildlife story is up next when Earth Odyssey returns.
We'll be right back to The More You Know on NBC. We now return to The More You Know on NBC.
Life has to adapt to the extremes of the seasons, including the olive tree. This plant is a drought survivor. The olive has specialized roots to absorb the sporadic rainfall in the Mediterranean region. The trees have been cultivated for millennia with an average lifespan of 500 years. The trunks warp as they grow, creating plenty of hiding spaces for other species, like the little owl. At just 8 inches tall, this species lives up to its namesake. With yellow eyes and white brows, the little owl is a real looker. Right now, she's busy keeping her 3 chicks fed. And at 3 weeks old, they're constantly hungry. Little owls typically perch until ready to swoop down on their prey. Luckily, she's not working alone. At first, the male owl brings in food to the brood, which the female then doles out. But as the chicks grow and demand more, it takes 2 to get the job done. Like a tag team, Mom and Dad hunt all day and night. From dusk to dawn, it's a race to fatten the little owl chicks with insects, earthworms, and small mammals. And a good thing, too, in just 4 to 5 weeks, it will be time for these little wise guys to hunt on their own.
From an 8-legged octopus to a petite little owl, all the way to a behemoth elephant. It's inspiring to see how our fellow Earthlings cope with challenges like food scarcity, extreme weather, and the balance of predator and prey. Thanks for watching. I'm Dreyer. We'll see you next time on Earth Odyssey.